Oh, hello. Hi, it's me, Mark. How y'all doing today? Yeah, I am as surprised as you are that I'm back here. Him? Oh, him? Yeah, that's Donald Trump. It is. Tell him, Don. Don? Damn it, it's been waiting that long. Can't sleep. Yeah, that's his actual size. I'm serious, yeah. What? It is. It is his actual size. What are you laughing at? Oh, shut up. Right. Anyway, it's time to talk about, well, Sam wanted me to help with this last Hatman video. Seeing as I'm probably the most alien thing you've seen. And apparently that's all the qualification I need. So, yeah, we'll get to it. Don, are you coming? What are you waiting for, man?
Luminescence.
The first time I saw Sonoluminescence was in a darkened room. I was transfixed to look at this spherical flask of fluid. And you look into the center, and in the center see a glowing blue-purple light, which could be seen with the unaided eye. Looked like a star in the heavens.
Seth Putterman called it the star in a jar, a tiny spot of bright light contained in a flask of liquid. This star in a jar is made when a sound wave is passed through a small bubble inside a flask of liquid, and this sound wave makes the bubble do something remarkable. First it expands, then it collapses, and this collapse happens so violently that vapor molecules trapped inside the bubble slam together and heat up so much that the bubble gives off an incredible burst of heat and light, several thousand times a second, giving the appearance of a star. What made the phenomenon so exciting was the temperature of this star in a jar. On its surface alone, the light burns at tens of thousands of degrees. And Seth Putterman now contemplated a tantalizing possibility. Could the core of the collapsing bubble be even hotter? Hot enough for fusion?
One of the mysteries of sonoluminescence is to determine exactly how hot the interior of the bubble gets. In the sun, the interior can be millions of degrees, hot enough to cause fusion. And the thought crossed my mind that perhaps inside the collapsing bubble, the interior of the bubble might also get hot enough to cause fusion.
If so, this would be something truly amazing. By simply bombarding tiny bubbles with sound waves, temperatures of over 10 million degrees would be created. And nuclear fusion, the same reaction that powers the sun, would be happening almost effortlessly here on Earth.
Okay, so what you just saw there was a video for a strange phenomena called sonoluminescence. Now, sonoluminescence is where sound creates light. I know, you're probably sat there thinking, what? Sound? Light? Sound creates light? But what? I've just shown you the video evidence of it. Christ. What more do you want? Look. Sound at the ultra low frequency and low frequency and very low frequency and ultra high and ultrasonic frequencies acts very differently to, well, the way that you would think sound actually works. And this is an aspect that Sam said he kind of missed out during his last final part of this Hatman series. Anyway, look. It goes like this. You see, everything emits sound. Everything. You, right now, without talking, just sat there, are emitting a sort of sound frequency. Numbers, shapes, you name it, everything emits a sound frequency. I know, you're looking confused. You're feeling confused. Are you feeling confused, Don? Okay, Don is asleep but confused. To illustrate what I mean, watch this.
The circle, triangle, square, and pentagon. In each of them are angles of degrees that, when added together, always total a specific number relative to that particular shape. For instance, if we take a triangle, the sum total of all three interior angles is always 180. For both the square and circle, it is 360. For a pentagon, it is 540. Now at this moment, let's step back and look at these numbers in a different way, as there seems to be something about them that reaches beyond a simple sum of angles. Did you notice that they happen to be in the same numerical neighborhood as tone 432? What's more, they all add up to 9, just like 432. As an experiment, let's take a look at the numbers found in basic geometric shapes, then apply those numbers as vibration cycles to hear the tones they produce. First, let's listen to what the 180 total degrees contained in a triangle sound like. And here's a squares and circles 360 in cycles per second. A perfect octave up from the triangle. What about the pentagon at 540? That sounds like a harmonic fifth of the other two. That's interesting. What are these tones? They are F sharp and its perfect harmonic fifth of C sharp. Let's keep going. What does a hexagon 720 sound like? Another F sharp. Here's a 7-sided septagon, which totals 900. This is an A sharp, which happens to be the note required to complete an F sharp major chord in perfect 3-part harmony. And finally the octagon, where we get 1080, another C sharp. Suddenly, geometry is expressed by tones, and these tones just happen to create the most beautiful form of music, a perfect 3-part major chord in the key of F sharp. Is this something we've been missing for years? Is it important? To the famous philosopher and mathematician Plato, the answer would have been a resounding yes, for it is Plato who advanced the study of 2-dimensional geometry into 3-dimensional geometry, and who began to recognize that nature, whether expressed as a tone, the petal design of a flower, or the spiraling design of a seashell, seemed to follow a 3D mathematical pattern. In fact, it became an obsession of Plato to try and find the simplest three-dimensional geometric shapes, and his quest ultimately revealed what we now call the Platonic solids. In essence, these forms represent the most elemental construction blocks found both in human-made and natural forms. So let's see if and how they fit into our geometry tone grid. First, there is the tetrahedron, or a three-sided pyramid comprised of 4 interlocking triangles. As we did before, let's add up all the angles found in those 4 triangles. The answer, 720, which we have already seen is the tone F sharp. Next, we have the cube, whose 6 360-degree squares totals 2160. What does it sound like? (2160) is a high C sharp, and as you will see later, a very interesting number for other reasons as well. Next up is the octahedron. Constructed of 8 triangles, this shape totals 1440, which is another perfect F sharp higher up the scale. The icosahedron is made up of 20 triangles, so the total number of degrees is 3600. As a tone, 3600 vibration cycles create the A sharp needed to complete yet another F sharp major chord that sounds like this. At this point, we have seen how two...
You see? Crazy, isn't it? Yeah, well, sound, well, form creates sound. So logos, pictures, everything creates a sound frequency. Even your emotions create a sound frequency. Yes. I bet you didn't know that. Now, low emotions, despair, horror, intense fear, rage, all of those things cause you to emit a very, very low frequency sound. And it's with this frequency that elements and entities from the other side can attach themselves to you. It's how they use you as a kind of gateway, if you know what I mean. You'll find your frequency, the sound frequency that you're emitting, matches theirs, and that's how they pull themselves through. Yeah, sounds weird, doesn't it? Well, let's make it even weirder. Most Hatman shadow being sightings, not all, but most, there is reported a kind of almost inaudible hum, that sort of thing, you know? And it's emanating from those beings. Sometimes, what the hell? You painted my life. Look. They're listening in, folks. Act natural. You okay, Don? She's still there. She got it back to us, so I don't think the microphone's facing us yet. Okay. Anyway, they also emit a sound that sounds almost like static. A low frequency static. And it's this that they give off when they appear to people. Now, like I said, it's not often reported, and that's because, well, investigators need something to catch out the weirdos and the ones that are trying to latch on for, well, whatever. Most of the time, financial gain, or just fame in any way or attention, but the vast majority of times these beings do emit this sort of weird sound. Like I said, like a static or a hum. And this is because they're, like I said, they're made of a weird sort of living mass of frequency, in a way. Yes, it's energetic. Everything's energetic. Even sound frequencies are energetic. But this is on a whole different sort of level. It's kind of hard to explain, really. Okay. Sciences, yeah? You like sciences. Most of you like sciences. Okay, I like sciences. Okay, I don't like sciences, but anyway, someone's got to like sciences. But they're starting to work out through quantum theory and string theory that the vast majority of what makes up our sort of reality is at the pure foundational level. Little strings of frequency. Particles end, and they become waves. Sound waves, more specifically. Frequency waves. Yeah, I know. Weird, huh? It's this that makes up the entire basis of matter. It's just frequency, waves, strings. Our universe is probably just the same. Is likely just a string and a mass of more frequency of waves and strings. Just universe sized. When you step outside of reality, you probably see just a latticework of strings, some thin, some small, some fat, some big, some large, all waving around each other. Some the size, not even the size of a human hair. Some smaller, some vast, size of a universe. And it's likely this that makes up the dimensions outside of our reality. But it's these frequencies that a being like Ahriman can use to bring himself into our reality. It's also what creates him as a being in the first place. Our collective low frequencies that are given out from every single person on the earth, all coalescing in that sort of reality between realities that makes up what is the dark matter dimension kind of thing, the 0 point, the world between worlds, limbo. Call it what you want, but it's there. Another way to describe it. Okay, this is one that's probably a better explanation, really. Magic. Not that Paul Daniels or David Copperfield or insert your own sort of magician's name there, but real magic. Chaos, black, white, nature, demonic. All of them need two things. Well, three. Okay, three. The first is a sigil, written or drawn on the ground. Yeah? That sigil, that shape, that form, that writing, all has a frequency of its own. You then have the person inside that sigil, usually, that gives off his own frequency. That usually matches up with the frequency that's on the floor. And then you get the chant. The chant on top of that. And that chant, that adds a further frequency. And they all work in harmony. So, 1, open the gate. 2, keep the person protected, or the magician. And 3, call in the entity that they're after, or calling in, or manifesting what they want. This is how all magic works. Sound, frequency, vibration. I'll let that sink in. So, last time, the last episode of this Hatman series, the last final episode, you know what I mean. Sam showed you pictures of manifestations, or what could be manifestations of spiritual beings or interdimensional beings being seen in things like volcanic eruptions or disasters of all kinds. Well, this again has ties to frequency, vibration, sound. You get the fear and the despair of the people that are running around everywhere. Massive amounts of it. Because there's a lot of people that are scared, a lot of people that are despairing, obviously. And that frequency is built up and added to the frequency from the disaster or whatever it is that's going on. Those ultra low frequencies all coalesce together and open a gate. That creates, ta-da, the being that you see in those smoke clouds and other things. This is the aspect that he missed. But he thought it was best coming from me, obviously. And Don here, who he's still asleep. Damn it, he's no help. Nice guy. Just freaking useless with this stuff. Anyway, okay, so I think that's the explanation done. I can't think of anything else. Don? You got anything? No, unfortunately not. Besides, I don't think Sam can do a good enough impression of him. Anyway, I'll leave that with you, okay? Please like and share and subscribe to his channel. It really helps him out. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.